We're going to open up the French newspapers now here on France 24. Florence with me here in the studio. Starting with the story, French newspapers continue to cover the investigation into the 2009 Air France Rio crash. Now, just get this right, Friday the investigation seemed to show that there was a lack of training, wasn't there, for the pilots, but now it seems to be more complicated.
That's right, the story is more complicated, and more importantly, it turns out that elements of the report on the investigation were actually incomplete. It was that things were left out. Now, this is a scoop for the business paper La Tribune, which says that according to its sources, several elements were taken out of this latest report, including elements regarding a malfunctioning stall alarm. Now, as you were saying, Friday, the Accident Investigation Agency, the BEA, published its third report, which revealed that there was chaos in the cockpit at the time of the crash, and facing sounding alarms and blinking lights. It says that the cockpit crew was confused and made the wrong maneuver. Basically, they pulled the plane up, which was not the move that they should have done to give the plane lift. No, so this led to the criticism of the quality of Air France's pilots and led to finger pointing at their training. But as the La Tribune points out, there were also problems regarding the stall alarms. Now, they said that multiple stops and reactivations of the stall alarms probably added to the confusion and disturbed the diagnosis of the pilot. And it said that, for instance, at one point, according to cockpit recordings, an alarm sound went off, and the pilot said, what's that sound? So according to La Tribune, this could help explain why the pilot made contradictory assessments of the situation and made the wrong decision.
It certainly sounds like it makes it more complicated anyway, doesn't it? And Le Parisien, they're also picking up on the same story.
That's right. Now, Le Parisien says that a lot of people are angry that this part was left out of the report, including some people within the investigation agency who have threatened to quit. And they're wondering, why was this part left out of the latest report? Because according to them, this equipment failure, because of this equipment failure, the pilots had a lot of information that was denied to them that could help them deal with this situation. Now, this obviously adds a lot of controversy to this Air France Flight 447.
Now, we are in France, land of strikes, of course. That's what the tradition is, but you've got a slightly different one to tell us about.
This is quite an unusual strike. It's on the cover of Libération. Le SAMU social ne répond plus. So Le SAMU social is basically emergency aid services for homeless people. Basically, yesterday they took place in a one-day strike across the country to campaign for more government help for homeless people. Now, according to the SAMU social, they are overstretched and they're actually having to turn people back. They say that their shelters are full and that the state has cut back its funding on hotel accommodation. Now, last month, the SAMU social's president, Xavier Emmanueli, who founded the group in 1993, resigned, protesting against the lack of means available for the group. Now, L'Humanité, the communist paper, is also picking up on this. They say that emergency aid workers are fed up, ras-le-bol, that's a word you hear a lot in France regarding strikes, and it gives first-hand accounts of social workers who say that they run into families in the streets who are sleeping in their cars because the only accommodation that's available for them is very far away from where they work, so they'd rather sleep in their cars than in these accommodations. They say there are not enough houses, that the government has abandoned those in need, and that the government plans on cutting more budget cuts by the end of the year. According to the article, 4,500 emergency housing units are going to get the axe by the end of the year.
Okay, and finally, you're going to give us something a little bit more cheerful to do with France. Figaro takes us on a scenic trip.
Yes, this is somewhat of a summer special for Le Figaro. They're helping French people rediscover mythical French seasides. And today it focuses on Saint-Tropez, which is the beautiful town known for its famous jet-setting, wealthy summertime guests and sharks, according to Le Parisien. Now, this could be straight out of a movie. A wind of panic, it says, is blowing over Saint-Tropez. A 2-meter shark was spotted several times, but only by one person, one diver who came nose-to-nose with the creature. And so it's unclear who was more scared, the diver or the shark, but it make you think twice about taking a dip.
All right, and I bet that isn't the real shark in that picture. All right, Florence, thank you very much. That's the French newspapers here on France 24. Do stay with us.